Man, that video's too short.
We gotta work on that.
Yeah, that video, I was like, man, that could have went for another like at least 30 seconds. But
Yeah.
oh well, first, Battle Gnome is first. Look at that. There he
And
is.
Mrs. Gnome right behind her.
Yep, Mama Gnome. There we go. There we go. Burke Springs. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to another fabulous Monday here in Appalachistan. Mountain Readiness Mondays. A little bit different tonight. A little bit out of the ordinary. A little bit of the curtain has been pulled back and the Russ of Oz has been exposed and is outside of his little cubicle pulling all the
Outside
levers
of my
and
comfort
stuff.
zone.
Yeah. Yeah. Terry A, what's going on? Mr. Patrick 7. No, Patrick, you were not first. I apologize. And Mrs. Christie. I think Christie even beat you, Patrick. A little slow on the draw. That's all right.
That's pretty sad. This Terry's in the house.
Yes, Terry here. Now remember, y'all, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that button, and the like part is important. So I see eyeballs up there in the corner. I can see it. You can see them, can't you, Russ?
Yep,
Up there in that corner. But I don't see no thumbs up. So
neither.
Give us that Siskel and Ebert, but the other direction. There we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go. And we would be much appreciated. Of course, guys, remember, Fallout is a month away, just a little over a month away. It is knocking at our door. The weather is getting to be fabulous. It's actually, I don't know what you guys are doing there in Florida, or you're up north, but I don't know what Florida's like, or South Carolina, but here at the homestead, it is beautiful. Like, we're getting sun, and I think we're probably 75 today, 78, something like that.
Yeah, we were somewhere around that here today. We're getting into the low to mid to high 30s overnight here toward the end of the week.
Oh yeah. And y'all's neck of the woods for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a little brisk.
There's Miss Teresa. What's going on, ma'am? Glad to see you here.
Yeah, she's sitting behind me. I'm sure you'll hear her giggle or laugh or
right down, breathing right down your neck, right there behind you,
with a big stick.
And Patrick 7, let's see. It's been awesome here. Mid 70s during the day, low 40s at night. That is the only good thing about where you live is your weather. But enough about communist Michigan. So
exactly.
But hey, here's the thing, Patrick. You get down this neck of the woods here next month. You may just change your area code. We'll see. Let's see. This is where the cool stuff happens. You might as well jump down here with us. Stick around. Virginia Bushcrafter, good evening. Good evening to you as well. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's going to be a cool show because we get to grill on Russ. Usually he's hiding back there behind the curtain. And so now we get to pull him out here in the limelight. I'm actually putting together all of our Riders Guild post for Mountain Readiness. And I was like, got to put Russ in here now.
Yeah. You got to make it. Just give right there.
That's it. But it's
cool. You surprised me back in May.
Yep.
By throwing up the Broken Spokes production logo on the banner that I never even noticed until you sent me the picture of it.
Till I sent you the picture.
That was pretty awesome. That made my day. Made my entire weekend.
Awesome.
The capper of a great weekend.
Which reminds me, I've got so many things I still have to get done in the next little over a month for this. Got to reserve all my tables and chairs and map stuff out. I still have to do the hour for hour schedule. I've got to get these grab swag bags all put together. Oh man, it's a bunch. There's Mr. Tom Bryce. Tom says he has started your book. Book,
thank you,
Russ.
Tom.
That's awesome. I have not started your book, Russ, but don't feel bad because I haven't started a lot of books of people that are in our circle. Did you sound muted? Did you just mute yourself, Russ? Yeah, I can't hear you, Russ, man. Nah, no audio.
There we go.
Y'all, there we go. Russ is so used to being no
Exactly.
audio during a live show. He can't do it.
Function. I'm all kind of all of Twitter, man. All a guy.
Well, Tom, you're coming in the fall, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, you just bring your book along with you. Get that thing signed up.
Absolutely. I will have books there for sale. They are en route here as we speak, finally. But I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be weird being on the other side. I've helped Chris and Pete and everybody help sell their stuff. Now I got to try to figure out how to sell my own stuff.
That's easy. You just stick it out on a table and look pretty.
Yeah.
You got the table part down pat.
Yeah. Tom's bringing his RV Mahal. I don't know if you've seen a picture of that new RV he got.
I have not.
Dude, it's on point.
I'm surprised, however, that Tom doesn't have two of them, because that's how Tom rolls.
Tom, 2 for 1, 2 for, I need 2.
2 for Tom.
Two for Tom.
No, it's 2 for Tom. Yeah, Tom, you're going to need 2 of them suckers. Just let me know if you need me to drive one of them for you. So, Susanna, how you doing, Susanna? Thanks for joining us. Sandra Davis, Amy Jennings, Mr. Matt King. What's up, brother? Talked to Matt earlier today. And he's still chugging right along. This guy's turned into a complete straight prepper, man. He's got the big garden. He's got chickens, no eggs yet, but they're on their way. Don't worry, man.
That's awesome.
They're coming.
That's awesome.
So, just in the past year, in like 1 year, he's went from famine to feast. That's what he's been doing.
So was it having to work? Was it having to work with you at the various Mountain Readiness, or was it going through Alan Kay's class that opened his eyes, or just?
Well, it wasn't anything at Mountain Readiness. He didn't learn anything at Mountain Readiness other than how to set up and tear down a tent. So I think it was just, he, picking up stuff here and there. I know that Alan Kay class was brutal. And by the way, guys, we got some cool classes coming up after, starting like noon on Sunday. We've got a trapper class from old boy from the Survival University, and we've got the Alan Kay Bear Essentials class, where it shows you how to strip down your gear instead of just packing ridiculously excessive amounts of stuff around. I'll tell you, Alan's one of them dudes that just has a fabulous way of breaking stuff down. Like that guy,
absolutely.
Like and I don't want to say he puts it into he dumbs it down, because it's not. He just has a very good way of explaining things to where I don't care who you are, you understand it. It's crazy. Exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Just one of those guys.
He uses the KISS method on it. He keeps it simple, and he breaks it down to where anybody can understand it. And, that just, to me, that works for someone like me as well. I mean, I absolutely love when people break it down like that, so I can understand it a little better, especially if it's something I don't know about.
Oh, yeah. No, he's a phenomenal instructor. And Adam from the Survival University there in Colorado also, now I've not taken any classes from Adam, but I hear from Mrs. Jax Janega that he is also fabulous instructor. And looking forward to
Jack's approved, I would hazard to say it's pretty decent.
She did, and she approved it, and she actually spent quite a bit of time there training with Adam in Colorado. So on the primitive tracking stuff. So what's Matt say here? Learned so many at Mountain Readiness. Alan Kay, Pete, Russ, Chris. Absolutely. I love to hear it, because that's what it's about. In fact, it's about community, and tomorrow Amber and I will be hitting the road at 6 a.m. to go help our friend Sean Taw process 80 to 100 chickens, somewhere in there, because she helps us. But, many hands. That's what it's about, man.
Absolutely.
That's it. And I'll tell you right now, 80 to 100 chickens, if you're doing that by yourself or just a couple of people, sucks.
Yeah. It does. Yes, it does. I mean,
So
we spent yesterday uh, helping cook at a volunteer having at a charity event for raising money for local VFW and American Legion up here. We cooked 400 pounds of chicken, and just had a great time.
oh,
You
those
know,
grills were pimp too that you showed me.
man, I need to find me some welders that know how to do that kind of stuff to make me one of those. But um, I'm telling you, we started cooking at 8:30, I think is what time we put them on, and we
Yep.
pulled the last ones off at 12:30.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, 400 pounds of chicken. That's a lot of chicken. But
yep.
those were some monster grills.
Yeah, they'll hold
And
each one of those will hold a box of chicken.
nice. Well,
Yeah.
and at the same time, I heard something come out your mouth, Russ. You said, I need to find a welder, but no, we just need to teach you how to weld.
Well, you can do that too.
There's
Right now
there's the key.
I cannot draw a bead to save my life.
That's all right. There's some tricks. There is some tricks I can show you. Do you even have a welder or no?
I do not, but my buddy, our buddy Kelly Mercer, has one, and he can't really use it anymore. But he said that we can maybe just like co-own it, you know,
Yeah.
bounce it back and forth between my place and his, so I will have access to one.
Is it a stick welder or a MIG welder? Wire welder.
His is I'm not sure. I don't think it's a stick.
Yeah. Got a
I think-
spool of wire in it. And
I think it is. I think it's a
Yeah.
wire weld.
I mean, that's easy. I can show you that. Man, a half hour, I can have you welding like a pro.
Yeah, I've
Of
tried
everything
the
that you
whole
need.
stick welding thing once or twice, and I just can't do. I just don't have the touch, especially with the way my hands and stuff are nowadays.
Well, I tell you, there's some tricks. Now, stick welding is a little bit different, but I did a lot of stick welding in the field because
Yeah,
if you're welding landing gear and frames on semi trailers and stuff, you
Mm-hmm.
have to stick weld to get good penetration. And,
Right.
But for what you're trying to do, like if you want to do like, weld you up a grill and stuff like that, man, a wire welder, all you need. And I can show you some tricks. I had one of the guys over at the blade shop of Kyle's, and he was welding, together blocks for Damascus, do his Damascus. You got to weld all your stack together.
Yep.
And I mean, it was just the biggest bird shit looking complete disaster. And
that would be me.
I was like, look, man, let me show you this. And literally in 10 minutes, it looked like he'd been welding for years. But I've trained a lot of guys to weld because, in the job for 20 years, beating on these young bucks coming in, hey, this is what you do. Hold it like this, do this, don't do this. But yeah, we can get you there, man.
Oh yeah.
We can get you there. Suzanne, she says, I dread processing 3 to 4 chickens. I will tell you this, Susanna, doing 3 to 4 chickens is worse than doing like 25, 30 chickens, because by the time you're done, the cleanup takes as long as the processing. I'd rather just, do 30, 40, 50 chickens than to do a couple. I won't even pull out pluckers and stuff like that for 3 to 4 chickens. I just pluck it by hand or skin them out.
Yep. Yeah. Last time I cleaned chickens was up in Montana at my ex-daughter-in-law's house, and we did like 15 or 20, and we did them all by hand.
Oh yeah.
And it is what it is. You just get in there, you get messy, get to it, and clean up after.
See, Amy said she loves dressing chickens. I mean, Amber does too. She has little outfits for them. Does all that kind of stuff. So
I need
not
to see the
gonna lie.
outfit. I need to see the outfit she's going to put on Little Sue LaRue.
Did you see that? You like that?
I did, man.
Yeah, that's baby Sue.
Baby Sue
Baby
LaRue.
Sue LaRue, man. We named one of our roosters Sue LaRue, man. So just for the infamous Sue. And he kind of reminds me of Sue. He's just kind of strutting all over the place into everything, bouncing all over the place. I mean, I like him. He's a good little rooster. But yeah, we had a little group text going on there talking smack to Sue earlier today with videos of little baby Sue LaRue, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're raising up another rooster because our Our older rooster, he hates Amber's guts. Like, and I don't even know, because she packed this dude around and coddled him and pet him and fed him. And it's just, he's mean. He is a mean rooster. And so I'm raising another rooster out, one that hopefully will not attack her like this one does. So we're trying to pick him up and hang out with him as much as possible, or because if he's mean, I mean, into the stew pot he goes too, man. And it don't bother me because they taste pretty good.
Yep.
Yep. So, well, let's talk about, here's something we haven't talked about. Well, number one, if you have a question for Russ, it's #Russ. You can throw that up there. And even though Russ is the guest tonight, he still has to push all the buttons.
Yep.
Notice how that works.
But I'm multitasking tonight.
That's right. That's right. And Russ is going to give away one of his books by the end of the show. So the Hanging Creek Chronicles, and it is going to be signed. You've got to wait for him to show up though, right, Russ?
Yep. Yep. As soon as they show up, I'll get them mailed out.
So if you want a free copy, it's #Russ of Oz. And at the end of this show, we're going to spin the wheel of death. So throw those up there in the comments, get you a free signed book of Russ's, and enjoy. So here's something that we haven't talked about though, Russ, is the younger days of the Russ man. Like, what do those look like? Because we've known each other for like close to 4 years, but you had your military career, and before that I have no idea before that. That was kind of that's about it.
Yeah. Well, before that, I grew up in South Carolina, and pretty much in suburbia, hanging out at my grandfather's farm during the summers, working in tobacco, doing whatever you did as a kid on a country farm in the late 70s, early 80s. And
now you did tobacco then.
Absolutely.
You guys did tobacco farming?
And hand cropping tobacco.
Man,
give
me an insight on that. Like, you all by hand, chopping everything, hanging it up into the dry.
So he would have a tobacco harvester, and I started out, being able to, I learned how to drive a tractor when I was like 3 or 4. He put me on there, let me drive till the end of the thing. Then I'm in first gear and can't go fast. And then he'd hop back on, turn it into the next row, and off we went, and graduate up to, driving the tractor by myself, carrying the loads of tobacco on the pallets, that are already strung onto wooden tobacco sticks, to the barn. Got a little older, was able to help put them up in the barn. We're talking flue-cured tobacco. Old flue-cured tobacco with kerosene. But it was fun, man. I enjoyed it. I learned he had a garden, we helped him with the garden, all that stuff during the summer. End of school year till school started, the only time I had shoes on was go to church.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember
pretty much
days like that.
And and then my sophomore year in high school, my mom and dad, between my freshman and sophomore year in high school, my mom and dad built the house that my wife and I live in now. And
wow,
we moved
I didn't
out
know
there.
that.
Yep.
So
I helped build that house when I was in high school. And
that's very cool.
Yep. And so we moved out there, finished my high school years, and I had my summer after my senior year, and I spent the next 20 in the military, bouncing all over the world. So
you did your 20? You did your 20 there, and so where did the Air Force take you throughout your 20 years?
When you first go in, you fill out this thing. It's called a dream sheet. Where do you want to go? Right. And I put every base in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, because I wanted to stay kind of close to home. And they sent me to Italy. So, so I ended up spending 5 years in Italy. Did another overseas tour after that, and spent 3 years in Germany. Left there, and then I moved over to Montana, Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana, up in Great Falls, and that's where Teresa and I met. And we moved from there to Clovis, New Mexico, and it's not the end of the world, but you can see it from there.
Right.
And then finally moved back over to South Carolina with about 18 years left, 17, 18 years in, and retired out of South Carolina. Did trips over to the Middle East, let's see, 4 trips over there. And,
So you went full circle then. You went full circle all the way around the world and then back
pretty
to
much.
Start.
Yeah, pretty much. The only place I never went while I was in the military was over to the Orient, like, Korea, Japan, anywhere like that. I didn't go over there. I spent a lot of time in Europe and the Middle East. So.
Right. There you go. Battle Gnome said it's called a dream sheet because you're dreaming if you think you're going to go. I mean, Italy ain't bad though.
Well,
it's not like you got stuck in some complete shithole for
Italy.
For the most part.
Italy was actually, I will have to say, my best assignment. The job, we were very close knit, both on and off duty, and the area was beautiful. You were about an hour away from some of the best snow skiing in the world. You were an hour away from the beaches. You were an hour away from Venice.
Amazing coffee.
Oh, coffee and the food there were just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
still some of my most favorite cuisine to this day. But yeah, it was fun. And Teresa got to see a glimpse of that a couple of years ago. We went up to Williamsburg, Virginia, and our group from Italy got together. Most of us hadn't seen each other in 35 years. And it was like we picked up right where we left off. And all of the wives were like, these boys were insane. I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
The folks here in the chat and everything, they understand. Most of them have been around the Angry campfire at Mountain Readiness. Think that 365 days a year for 5 years. Right. That's pretty much was my life there, and it was awesome. We had a blast. We had an absolute blast.
I would say everyone talks about Carl Erickson's coffee. And so I spent the 4th of July with Carl hanging there at his at the hill.
On the hill.
He's like, 8 a.m.'s coffee, Toombs, come on down. I'm like, all right, check this out. I will tell you, like, he has this Italian cream, sweet cream. Yeah, I'm sure you've had Carl's coffee. Holy cow, man. Like, that stuff will knock your socks off. I drank like 3 of those. I could hear colors. Like I was bouncing off the freaking walls. I think you muted yourself again, Russ. Yep. Can't even hear you again. There we go.
Yep.
I don't know why that keeps doing that.
I don't know. I don't know. I moved it over to the mouse over to another screen for the giveaway tool because I forgot to click on collecting the data, which it is collecting. So I'm just looking at seeing seeing how many entries we have.
Bullshite just joined us, and he got in on that right off the bat. Russ of Oz. So what's Patrick saying here? He says, let's see here. One of my most important preps that goes with me everywhere when I'm camping or traveling is my percolator. Now I will say, the first coffee that I ever had in my life was in Arkansas. And this old boy down at the bottom of the hill, he had just he was like us, gypsying around the world. I was maybe 12. I think I was like 12 years old, 12, 13, something like that. And I went down to the bottom of the hill, and it started raining. And so work got canceled. I used to catch a ride with the old hillbilly down there to go to work, laying brick. Well, if it's raining, you ain't laying brick or stone, So the old boy's like, step inside instead of walking through the rain, hang out with us. They had a tent there, camp. They are from California, something, just trying to get out of the big city. Same thing, as a lot of people. And the first cup of coffee I had was from a percolator. Some of the best coffee you'll ever have comes from a campfire on a percolator. So I agree. I agree, Patrick. 100%. So, you got a promo for your book, right, Russ? Where's this at? Let's you want to run that thing? Let's try. I don't think I've seen your promo. I don't believe.
No, because we didn't run it. I had it up here last week, but your guest last week from Survival Mastery was just on point, and it was just a great episode. So let
Cool.
me.
Yeah, let's check this
Oh,
out
there it is.
for all
Here we
y'all
go.
that are
In a fractured America under martial law, retired Air Force veteran Cole Ramsey faces a storm of betrayal and chaos at Pete's Place, his family's rural stronghold. As President Penziek's iron grip tightens and the corrupt Sheriff Dobbins aligns with the ruthless BAD crew, Cole, his wife Nora, along with their son Colby and his girlfriend Ava, and their allies Paul and Tom fortify their farm against an onslaught of violence. Haunted by loss and driven by loyalty, they stand defiant, their rifles ready as engines roar in the distance and treachery looms. With the creek running red and shadows closing in, the Hanging Creek Chronicles. Shadows of Martial Law is a gripping tale of resilience, sacrifice, and the unbreakable will to protect home in a world spiraling into darkness.
I mean, that's pretty pimp right there. I'll tell
Yeah.
you. That ain't bad at all.
I made that in Canva, man.
That's a Canva one?
Yep. I made that in Canva.
Well, I'm gonna have to did you use the AI stuff in Canva?
I did.
I got you. I'm gonna have to start playing with that.
It was pretty interesting.
Like I was
giving
actually
any spoilers, Amy.
Yeah.
There were no
Giving Russ
spoilers.
dirty looks. So oh, and by the way, I gotta bring this up. It's Battle Gnome's birthday. Did you know that? And then Patrick was super nice. He was like, "Are you like 25 or 26?" is what he said. So
Yeah, but Mama Gnome fixed that, but I had to post this one up because this was even funnier.
Maybe. I mean, that's pushing it, really. I'm gonna be completely honest. That's pushing it for the MC. Yeah, I'm going with no. We had a couple questions here. I think Amy had one here. She said, Russ, why did you give us a book hang over the way you ended it like that? I'm gonna guess it was a little brutal, is what it sounds like.
Well, there is a cliffhanger. That will be the only spoiler I'll say, and I'm already starting to work on book 2 because people have already threatened my life if I don't. So
yeah, I just seen this.
It is what it is.
He said, when can we expect book 2?
When it's done.
When it's done. So basically when that went, in 3 years, when Chris finishes book 13, then
No, I don't think it'll be that long. Well, who was it? What's his name? There's a friend, a follower of Chris's and Pete's, and he and I have been friends on Facebook for a long time, and he's one of the guys. Jerry Sinclair is his name. He always asks Chris, when's book 13? When's book 13? And I said, I told him, I said, well, it's not going to take me as long to write the second one as it did this one.
Right.
This one, it took me a little while. I had to have some encouragement to get it finished.
We lost your audio again, Russ. Nah.
Doing that. Why
I don't know.
Is it?
It's like it hates you. It knows that you're on the hot seat. That's what it is. It knows. Got nothing. Oh.
Now I'm back.
I wonder if it's your headphone hookup input jack or something. Does it plug in at your ear? Spin that thing up at your ear.
Yeah.
Spin it a couple times.
It doesn't spin. It's
okay.
A hard one in there.
You may need a.
I'll just keep an eye on it.
What kind of mic are you
using?
Get a new
mic. A 39.
Right.
So yeah. So I'm getting there. I'll get it fixed eventually.
It's well, now that you're a pimp and you're a published writer, you can get one of them fancy mics. You want them fancy mics now. I notice. So
Well,
is the book
if people buy my book, you know?
right? So, yeah, y'all buy Pete's book so he can get a better mic. Shit.
And leave a review, guys. Leave a review for
A
me.
review
Hook a
as
brother
well.
up.
Yes. Can't post comments to some destinations. What did it decide to? Are we
No,
streaming to more?
It's actually you can't. Yeah, for some reason I tried to hook mine in, and it didn't work. It didn't work.
I got
So
you.
that's probably what it is.
So is your book? I noticed it said that he was hanging there at Pete's. I mean, is it kind of mirroring your actual life here a little bit?
In a way, yes. Because I drew on what I would. I mean, it is fiction, of course, and I drew on like the stuff that happens in and around me and my family in the book. Is what I would envision it to look like. I would hope that it would look like.
Right.
There all the names have been changed to protect the innocent. And yes, you are. Yes, they are, Teresa. But it's how I would hope it would turn out. There is there. If any of my friends and family ever watch this, there is an Easter egg in there. It's actually on the cover. On the cover of the book itself is the old barn, and that old barn is a barn that I grew up in, playing in, working in. It's still standing to this day. It's standing on a different piece of property, and I got to go visit it last year, I believe, and toured up inside it and saw names of my little brother and sister and my cousins' names written up there in crayon. I couldn't get to the part where I knew my name was, but the board was still there, so I knew it was still there because it was where I'd put it. But it's a little Easter egg for the family when they get around to reading it. So
Very
I haven't
cool.
told them that yet. So
Yeah, and then Patrick said, "Yeah, it's because it's not real. Pay no attention to those barrels full of acid in the barn. Pay no attention to those. Those don't exist."
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's, I tried to.
We lost your audio. I think it's shake that mic around. Nope.
Now I'm back.
Oh, it's back now.
Yeah, but reading authors like Chris and Pete and Franklin, even 1 Second After, William Fortune, and all the other.
Well, we got a little froze up here. Not sure if it's me or if it is. Can y'all give me a 5x5 out there?
Authors in the
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. So, guys, can you still hear me? Is it Russ? Okay. Gotcha. Russ, let me jump you out of here and go ahead and see if you can get yourself cleaned up, Russ. Yep, he's locked up. I get locked up quite a bit myself, to be completely honest. So, and this is something different for me, is when I'm just by my lonesome here, by myself, talking to myself. It's a little weird, but what am I going to talk about? Things that I've been doing today. So while we wait for Russ to get all cleaned up, we can just chit chat amongst ourselves. Let's see what we got out here. I always said if a Cat 5 hurricane hits, I'm going to get into an old tobacco barn. It seemed to always survive. I agree. You're correct. Tobacco barns are awesome. They're built to last. They're like Ford tough.
So this the barn was on our family farm for years. My uncle had bought a piece of property called Tanglewood Plantation down the road from us. It was it survived Sherman's march to the sea. The house did,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah,
Very
because
cool.
the slaves that were owned by the plantation owner refused to leave the house, so the house survived. My uncle owned it for several years. He ended up with health issues, and when he sold it, they said, "Well, we'll only buy it as long as you leave that barn," which broke the heart of a lot of us in the family, but it is what it is. But the barn still stands. They use it as a venue now for weddings and stuff like that. And
Oh,
uh,
nice.
I went to the website, took a picture, took a, saved a picture of the barn and sent it to DJ Cooper, who did the artwork on the book, and she did a great
Yeah,
job.
she did a really good job. I like the
And
artwork.
she was able to put it on there, so that was just awesome. I said I got to have that on there. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, and evidently, what happened with my internet is over at campsite. I think it's 21 or 22. That's where the power for the entire internet is around here. And if they shut it off, it shuts everything off. I said,
Gotcha.
dude, I told my butt dude that runs this place, that dude, just put a lockout tag out on it.
Yeah, it's simple. It's
Yeah.
simple. What else we got going on there? Do you ever find mementos of Civil War, mementos from the Civil War on the property?
Civil War, no, but we were always, back when my grandfather was farming, we would always find arrowheads, tons of arrowheads, um, all different shapes and sizes of it. And Patrick, I believe DJ did do one of Pete's books. I believe, I don't remember which one though.
Where is Pete? That's
Pete,
my question.
Pete
Where
is
Pete at?
he's just down the road from me.
Is he?
He picked up Mama Tooch and Tiny yesterday up in Eau Claire, or down in Eau Claire, and brought him back up. I hadn't had a chance to talk to him today. I'm sure they're off gallivanting somewhere,
Doing their thing.
doing their thing. Also, we will see them tomorrow.
Very
Not gonna
cool.
be, and
What's that?
that's nothing. Just it was a mental note,
What?
mental faux pas.
Yep, it happens. It happens. That's what you got to do. So what is so you're heading from up north to Fallout then, and then are you
Yep.
rolling home after that? Is that what the plan
Yeah,
was?
we'll be home for a day or three or however long it is, and then we'll be up at CanCon with you guys.
Man, that's going to be awesome. There's another thing of things to do that I've got to do, and I seen some in the comments when you kind of faded out there for a second. Tom, about 2 weeks out from the event. 2 weeks out from the event
Is
so
when
2
you'll
to
start
3 is when I'll start it. Yeah. So basically, October the 16th, you'll have a schedule, and then the 17th we got. No, I try to get it a couple weeks out, and I did get it a couple weeks out last May. It was
You did.
That was
You
a
did.
couple weeks to plan, and recommended classes. We already had this conversation. All of them. All of them,
Yes.
Patrick. You're not going to sleep. You're just going to run from one class to the next.
Yeah. I mean, pick one. I mean, I mean, I haven't, doing what we do up there, we don't have a chance to do a lot of them, but I do get a chance to talk to a lot of the instructors when they take their breaks and stuff like that. And, you learn so much from those conversations and around the campfire at night. I've learned so much about the preparedness community and preparedness in general by being at these events and talking to the folks. It's not quite hands-on, but it gives me the ideas. Okay. And then I go back and I research it, and then I try it at home,
Yes. We've got some really good. Oh, and here's another thing, Patrick, is what do you plan on doing? Are you just going to stay the whole time afterwards? And then, just going to stay a few weeks, or are you heading back to Michigan and then turn around and coming right back for CanCon? Because remember, the week after, we have all the classes. Joe Dolio is teaching, and then Matt is teaching. And I am actually going to be taking that recce class that weekend, the following weekend. So I've got Mountain Readiness the first weekend, cleanup, and then the next weekend the recce class at Matt's, and then the following weekend is CanCon. So back to back to back.
Maybe I'll do. I'll probably end up going home because I want to try to get some hunting in before the season's over. And it should be hitting right about the right time to hunt when I get home. So we'll see. I might end up going up to Matt's. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be very cool. And then of course Troy's Gate. He's gonna have stuff going on that Monday. We've got Patrick from the chief editor of Recoil Off Grid is going to be with us this October for fall. And then we're heading over to Troy's Gate that Monday. He's going to do some video and, write-ups in Recoil Off Grid, because that would be awesome.
So I had to stick to that.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm going to try. I mean, I won't be able to get over there the whole day, but I will definitely get over there a portion of it just to hang out, because I always try to make the rounds on that Monday. Sunday, we're going to have a lot of the classes. So we've got, during the event, we've got Jess Schenkel is doing her kombucha class and stuff. It's in the evening, so like 4:00. And then Sunday at noon, we're going to do the Alan K class, the tracking class, and I've got to get one posted up this week, a master beekeeping class. So it's a 2-hour master. It's $25. You get to, play with bees and learn all the more deep dive stuff, which I may try to jump in on that, because that's my next venture is bees up here on the hill.
Oh yeah.
For the fruit orchard. I'll tell you, I don't know about your garden, but between the rain and funkiness going on in the atmosphere, it seems like my pollination was not happening like it should. I don't know about yours. But
I didn't have a garden this year, because we were up here. The closest thing we came to a garden is Teresa rescued two tiny tomato plants from the beside the garbage dumpster when we first got up here, and now they're probably 3.5 feet high and got a couple of tomatoes on them. So.
Well, like all of our squash and cucumbers and stuff like that, if you have your male female flowers, and if those don't get pollinated, you can pollinate them by hand, but I don't have time to mess with that. That's what bees are for. But the first of this year, bees, took a huge hit. Like whatever the beekeeping society, whatever of the world, they actually even talked to Trump, said it was like the biggest catastrophe of beekeeping was the first of this year. They lost over 2 million hives, I think, in the United States.
Yeah. And, I was thinking about that. I don't know anything about beekeeping. I don't know, would some of that have been caused possibly by Helene?
They, the problem is that it was United States wide. Just like boom, everything just dies out of nowhere.
That's a little suspect.
Yeah, and 1.2 million is what Amy said. I know it was way up there. And they all just die. I'm not going to say it has anything to do with streaks in the sky, but kind of weird that just everything just dies. And of course, no bees equals no pollination equals everything dies. And that's what I was getting. My food, like all my squash stuff, rotting on the vine. They'll start growing and then they'll just rot and die.
That's wild.
So I need bees. So if you guys experience the same thing, make sure to check out that beekeeping class. She'll be teaching during the event of just like introductory beekeeping, and then the afterwards we'll do she's going to do a 2-hour deep dive of here's the equipment you need. Here's all the stuff you need. This is what you need to watch for. Here's the medicine stuff you need to keep on hand. I think it'd be a great class, and I'll probably try to sneak in on there because I want bees. So,
absolutely. So who's teaching medical this time?
Chuck. We got Chuck Peters.
Okay, Chuck. Awesome.
Yep. Chuck will be back down. His ribs are healed all up. If you guys were there for last May,
Yep.
of course, he busted his ribs up all to pieces. And, but he's back in the saddle, rolling strong again. So Chuck will be
Cool.
teaching medical. Somebody asked about what was Matt teaching. Matt will be doing his night vision. So we're going to be doing the night vision thermal IR class on Friday night. Saturday night, I've got a band coming in. If you're into Waylon Jennings, Merle Haggard, that kind of stuff,
Wow.
these guys, it's a two-piece band. They do an amazing job. I've seen them a couple times. I was like, man, I got to get these guys out to Mountain Readiness. So they're going to be there Saturday night. So we've got Friday night, night vision, Saturday night, hanging out next to a campfire. Franklin Horton said that I have to sit down and have a drink with him and listen to the band. So I'll actually be hanging
He's out on the road. He's out on the road this month.
Yes. Yeah, he's doing that convention, I think.
Yep.
He's got that writers convention coming up.
Yep.
And also, speaking of being on the road, so a lot of you know, but Joe Dolio and I have teamed up. July 2026, we are going to Montana.
Do you have
So
dates
it
on
is-
that yet?
I do. I just would have to look at my phone.
Just
Let me
I
look.
need to know because we're going to try and make that over there.
Oh yeah,
we'll-
it's gonna be good stuff.
yeah, we're going to try and make it over there
December.
and get a chance to see the grandkids while we're at it.
So it is going to be the 24th, 25th, and 26th of July 2026, right there in at the Ponderosa Lodge in
Big
the northwest corner of Montana.
Yep.
And we have already got quite a few number of instructors and educators who are going to be rolling along with us. Of course, Chris said he's in. You're going to try to get up there. We've got Wes Hightower from Rally Point. Yeah. And who else do I got? I've got quite a few. Matt, of course, is going to be there. Matt, NC Scout. And what do we got here? Oh, So big question is, how are we going to troll the Renaissance Fair folks? I'm thinking we're going to take Matt's high-end equipment and it's going to be a raid. That's what it's going to be. We're going to raid them.
Yeah.
So
Send
go ahead and
Alan K over there in a kilt with a couple of freaking knives. And
I told Alan, I said, before Fallout is over, I could be halfway through a gallon of honey mead with a sword in hand. I mean, it could get stupid.
you could.
You might as well join us too, Russ. I mean, what, if you're going to raid, you got to raid
Yeah,
as a group.
if you're going to raid in style. My wife and I, we did the Renaissance Fair thing several years in a row when I was back in college. And I was a history major, and that was just a thing we did every year. And, had a blast, an absolute blast. But they ain't as crazy as we are. So,
Oh, hell no. No. They're actually kind of, I think the Renaissance people they more of like, what do you say? That more like the anime type,
Yeah,
like the
more
cosplay. Yeah. Cosplay
yeah.
stuff. Like it's evolved too. Cause I remember years ago, like when Donnie was doing it, where they were actually beating the ever living hell out of each other with, clubs and swords. And, I don't think they get into it that deep anymore. So,
I don't know.
the Ren Fair, I've heard of this, the Ren Fair in Michigan right now, maybe the same group. And it could be, it's supposed to be like 1,500 people or something.
Well, and the thing is, the Carolina Renaissance Festival is going on. I think it just opened up, and it's right down there in, right above Charlotte. Starts with an H.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it literally just opened up because that's the one we always went to.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't know how there's that many, especially. And I think it's the same group. I think they're just moving around.
And that don't make no sense because they usually are there till like until after Halloween. They're usually there because they always do a Halloween thing for the kids.
Right.
Then-
Mama
and
T,
they do
let's see. Mama T said they're doing jousting.
Yeah.
which I like to see that. I'm not
That's
gonna
actually
lie.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah,
and
I'd
then
go over
you
there.
know, because everything's a moneymaker, so they'll sit there and they'll joust, and then they'll sell the broken jousting sticks.
Right. Yeah, they
Yeah,
can keep that. They can
yeah.
keep that. I don't really care about that at all. So, um, man, what is so? How much of your book, Russ, is directly related to people you know and yourself, or is it just? Is this just? I mean, how much of it is attributed to your preparedness journey of your own life?
It's what I would like it to look like.
Right.
You know, and you know, the people, like I said, you know, there are two other characters in there, two other male characters in there that are buddies of mine. Uh, those buddies, while the names have been changed, those buddies are my buddies. Um,
Right on.
and the three of us have sat down in length and talked. Um, but life takes different journeys, you know. But if if the balloon went up, or the way they used to say it, you know, would they come by the house? Quite possibly, you know,
Gotcha.
but they know they're always welcome. Uh, so you know that, and you know, like I was saying, I think I was trying to say before I blinked out there, you know, reading a lot of these guys, the other authors, you know, you try to get stuff right in there as far as how to's. And I won't do any spoilers, but I think I did a pretty good job of uh, if I said something like, especially like a recipe or something like that, um, and how to, I did that as good as I could. And there's some other things in there that I did the research to make sure is as factual as possible. So if
Right.
somebody said, "Well, I want to do this," they could go out and do it. Um, and you know, it is what it is. And like you said, you know, I drew stuff uh, from my experiences as a production manager, listening to all the different guests that you guys have on, um, and like, hey, maybe I can. How can I work that into my book? And then I'll go and research it and make sure I can get it right and put it in the book. Um,
Right.
you know, but I had a blast. I've had a blast with it. I can't thank Pete Robertucci enough for finally making me get off my ass and start writing, start finishing it. Um, you know,
How
Chris was
many years? How many years in the making?
well. I started this back in like 2010. Um, I
Oh
started
wow,
dial.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was that far back.
Yeah. I started doing it while I was doing dialysis. You know, my kidney had failed, and I had started doing dialysis, and I'm sitting there one handed, you know, hunting and pecking, and sitting in my recliner, sitting there after I'm done. I decided to write, and you know, busted out like 10,000 words in the first week, and you know, then I started like, well, maybe I should make this thing look like it should be, and I started doing that sort of thing to it. Then I had my transplant in 2014. It'll be 12 years in April that I've had my transplant. Um, and, you know, I just, you know, started doing other things, and, you know, finished up school, you know, graduated in 2018 with my bachelor's. Uh, Started helping Chris with podcasts, and, you know, his lives for Patreon, and then ultimately podcasting. And,
Right.
you know, I mean, that's a full-time job, you know, now. You know, I was talking to a gentleman around we had gone up for drinks up at the campground we're here, and I was talking to them Friday night, I believe it was. And I was telling him everything I was doing. He goes, "Dude, I thought you said you were retired." I said, "Well, yeah, um, you know, it is what it is. Enjoying what I'm
Yeah.
doing. You know, I love doing what I do. Um, I love the community that we're involved with now. Um, it's where we need to be. You know, I
Oh
think
yeah.
God put you where you need to be when you be there. So, um,
Absolutely.
you know,
We
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 love
are
company.
all doing what we are supposed. We are exactly where we are supposed to be right now. No matter where
Absolutely.
you're at in life, what's happening, you are where you are supposed to be. That's a fact.
Yeah. I mean, um, you know, I remember when we first, Chris called up and says, "Hey, we're doing this event up in North Carolina. First event, you know, and we're gonna go up there. And like, okay, so let's go, you know. And he goes, well, if you got any questions, call this guy. You know, here's his number. And
Yeah.
you know, then you and I started talking, and then shoot, we made it. We did the whole Hinman, Kentucky trip.
Oh yeah, that was a blast.
That was a blast in more ways than one.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you know, Teresa and I fell in love with everybody we've met up there at Mountain Readiness. That's our second family. That's our family. So we can't wait. Um, as y'all can see, the beard is coming back. The goatee's coming back. But it was worth every ounce of having to shave it off for that.
Oh, I'm sure. I am, however, glad that it is coming back.
Yeah,
That
I look
baby
much
face
better.
thing, I can't deal with it.
Yeah, I look much better with there something covering this. So
Well, look, I'm right there with you, brother. Like this ain't worth seeing when it comes off either, but it is just kind of a rite to passage here. You know, it's like part of the gig.
there we go. I'm back.
There you go. No, it's a rite of passage, you know, and there's only a few people that don't want to have, you know, real man face, and that's Sue, of course,
Yeah,
and
but give it
Pete.
the devil. Yeah. Well, and given the devil is due for Sue. Sue's like I am, you know, having been in the military. Sue gets called to perform as pallbearer and stuff like that for a lot of former SF guys that pass away. So he is like me. He won't put that uniform on and disgrace it. And so he shaves it off. He keeps it shaved
Oh
off.
yeah. No, straight up. I get Sue is awesome. Sue
Yeah,
is
yeah.
awesome.
But will we give him shit about it? Absolutely.
Absolutely. Your face looks gay. Sue.
Yeah, yeah, that's it
Congratulations.
exactly. We fed
And we
Corey
named
for
our
the first time.
rooster after you. So yeah, and then Battle Gnome, exactly. You just going
fed him,
around
you know,
getting
he's a
freebies
great dog.
out there catching freebies, man. So well, look here. It's like 57 minutes, almost 58. It's like giveaway time.
It is. Let me go ahead and share my screen here.
Yeah, let's do this. Spin the magic wheel.
All right.
Sue's walking away with the signed copy.
All right. So I got 10 entries is what I'm showing. It may be more than that. Oh, an error occurred. So let me refresh the page.
Uh-oh.
And let's see. Holy cow. Hold on.
Yeah, this is your area here. I don't do this stuff right here now.
What happened was when I got
Kicked off.
when I got kicked off. Oh, it's repopulating. But everybody, if you're still in here, type in hashtag Russ of Oz real quick, because right now I'm only showing 3 entries. So
Yep.
if you
Y'all
did
go ahead and
do it again.
Yeah, type it in. Type in that hashtag Russ of Oz because we had a technical
And I didn't
difficulty.
even bother looking over there because my mind was elsewhere. I'm trying to be all professional on this side,
Right.
instead of to being my normal self.
There we go. They're
Yes.
coming in. Here we go. There we go. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. Throw them up there. Yeah, we need those. That must have been when you got knocked offline.
It was when I got knocked offline, and I didn't bother going back and looking at it, because it wasn't in my wheelhouse tonight. My brain's not functioning well.
Well, I would do this, but I'm not that talented with that kind of thing.
So I got 9 entries.
There's 9.
But guys, I'm going to do a shameless plug while we're waiting a couple more minutes. If you have read the book, please go to Amazon and give me a review, good, bad, or otherwise. The reviews help push the algorithm, and it helps us as us authors. I can actually say that now. It's weird saying it.
Right.
All right. So I'm back up
to our 10. I think everybody's in here. Everybody's in here now, I believe. So,
yes, Tom, I will be having my camper down to CanCon. If you are planning on maybe attending CanCon, Tom, let me know and I will get in touch and I'll try and get you a spot there near us if you need one. So just give me a call after this or tomorrow or whenever.
Yeah, I mean full autos and free ammo. That's hard to
Full
pass
autos and
up.
free ammo for $50, bro.
Man, I can't. That's hard to beat. That's hard to beat. So
Well, I think
I think
that's
we're
all we
good now.
got. So
That was
I'm going to
everybody.
go ahead and hit the draw.
Spin
Here
the
we
wheel.
go. Let's see who wins.
Bada bing. Toot 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 toot. Oh, look at this. Christy Renee wins
Christy
it.
wins.
Miss Christy.
All right,
Man.
Christy. Just remind me when to get to Fallout unless you want it earlier, and then I'll mail it.
Congratulations, Christy. Congratulations of getting that free
Awesome.
copy from the Russ of Oz. Man, that's awesome. Brother, I appreciate you jumping on here. I'm glad that you know, it's been a great almost 4 years.
Yeah, it has. And I mean, I'm always willing to jump in on these podcasts whenever I'm in the back if something it needs to be helped with. But being on this side is a different experience, and thank you for taking it easy on me. I felt like you kind of broke me in kind of easy.
For sure. Actually, when we broke that connection there, I
no
was kind of stunned. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, I'm on by myself. Well, what did I do today? I was actually trying to think about what was going on in the world. I was like, I don't watch the damn news, so I have no idea what's going on in the world.
That's too funny. That is too funny. But no, man, it was awesome. And we'll see it on. I don't know what the schedule is yet for Wednesday. I did talk to Chris earlier today for a minute.
Yep.
So I'll let you know on that one. But I'm going to give a quick shout out to all the podcasts. Patreon tomorrow on for Angry American. It should be a Wednesday Angry American podcast. The Eden Army podcast on Thursday, and Mountain Readiness. Rebuilding Hollers Come Hell or High Waters on Friday. So you guys don't want to miss any of those. Steph's giving away they have a raffle for another Jeep. So
oh wow.
Yep, they're giving it away on the anniversary of Helene. So
nice.
$100 for the ticket. And it's pretty nice.
Is she still doing that other event the end of this month as well?
Yeah, that's the old timey days.
Yeah, the rebuild. Is she going to do the rebuild and hollers and just give it away at that?
Yeah, she's giving it away at that.
Nice.
At old timey days there. So,
well, sweet. Well, as always, I look forward to reading your book one of these years when I actually read all these books. But for now, I'm going to go get some sleep so I can play with dead chickens tomorrow.
Well, give Chantel a hug for us. I love her to death. And just good people there, man. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at Fallout.
Awesome. Same. You guys, you know how this goes. Y'all be safe, be ready. We'll see you next Monday. And again, big thanks to the Russ of Oz right here for everything he does. And good on you, man. Love you, brother. Can't wait to get together.
Oh, yeah.
All right.